Cerryia, here we are
Hello.
again. Are you ready to take it to the max again?
Absolutely.
Let's do this. So, really quickly, for context, because I've never had the same guest back to back before. So, one, congratulations to you for being my first back to back guest.
Thank you.
This was kind of out of accident. And by out of accident, what I mean is the person who I had booked for this week had an emergency come up. And, we got to be respectful. People have emergencies happen. And I don't want to add to it by being like, no, by the way, you committed to doing this. So now I'm going to make you do it. So
Oh,
we're
yeah.
we're letting them off the hook. And I'm just beyond grateful to have you here so that we can do this together and I don't have to spend the next half an hour just talking to myself.
I'm happy to be here.
Well, thank you. Thank you, my dear. I want to talk about a couple of things that are top
Okay.
of mind for me. You can probably hear it a little bit in my voice. I'm a little tired. Just got
Mm.
back from the New Jersey NBA regional show. It was their 41st annual regional
Oh,
show.
wow.
So good for them. They're, officially over the hill. But it was a trip that I booked at the very last minute.
Mhm.
And consequently, I got home really late, got to bed at like 2 in the morning, was up by 6 because my body doesn't care what time zone it's in. It just wants to be up at
Ugh,
6. So
yikes.
forgive the little bit deeper of a voice today. We're working through it and just,
Mhm.
addressing it for the people. But I
Just lean
want
into
to
it.
well, yeah, right? It's
Yeah.
it's me now. I
Let it go
remember
deep.
once I remember once hearing Tony Braxton interviewed, and she was like, "Yeah, I like to record at night. That's when my voice is the lowest." Like, maybe this will
Yes,
be a new thing for me. Maybe I just, need to embrace my low voice.
exactly.
Please don't make me do that. Um, okay, well, what I wanna talk about today,
Mhm.
few things on my mind, especially coming back from this particular conference and it being June. And
Mhm.
I get ready. I leave tomorrow for another conference. We'll go through all of these things. But
Love.
advocacy is on my brain like crazy right now because of
Okay.
these three predominant events going
Okay.
and happening as we speak. With the New Jersey MBA conference, it was a really fantastic conference.
Yeah.
And I made sure to highlight that to all the people that I possibly could. There were a couple of unique things that they did there that I thought were just so cool.
Yeah.
One, they had powerhouses of presentations and
Yeah.
panelists. I'm not kidding. Like some of my favorite people in the industry were there either on panels or as a keynote. So just to shout out a couple of them. Joe
Mhm.
Wilson was there, Liz Short was there. They were on a panel together. Actually, I have my conference agenda here. I'm going to reference exactly what they were because they
Perfect.
really were so good. And I feel like they deserve having the proper recognition.
Mhm.
So their panel was all about digital marketing, personal branding, promotion.
Mm.
I mean, Kelsey was there too. And she might be the new love of my life. I fell in love with Heidi Belnay there.
Yeah.
Seriously, like, I'm gonna sing her praises in a minute. She's getting her own little section of this podcast dedicated to her
Oh,
because I love
perfect.
her so much. But they all did a fantastic job. Bob Mimi was there. He did a compliance update, CFPB in the current administration. I mean, hello, let's talk about the most relevant topic you could possibly talk about right now.
Yeah,
The whole
absolutely.
dismantling. Yeah, the dismantling of the CFPB as we know it is
Mhm.
massive news. It is something that is changing, it feels like day by day. And
Yeah.
Bob is one of the kindest and most genuine geniuses out there. Like,
Yeah.
this man is a wealth of knowledge, but also just such a delight to be around. Um, I can't leave out my homie, Matt Van Fossen. That's as
Mhm.
much shit as I give him and as much shit as he gives me right back. He is one of my closest friends. Like, I absolutely adore that guy, but if you ever see the 2 of us in person, you'll never know it because we refuse to let anyone know that we're actually friends in real life. So,
I kinda
shout
love
out
that
to Matt.
dynamic though.
What was
Shout
that?
out to Matt. I said I love that dynamic. It's kinda like that sibling thing going on, and you're like, "No, we hate each other," but, like, no one else is allowed to be mean to them.
No, for sure. So it was so funny. We filmed a little Max Convos while we were there, and the
Yeah.
NMP crowd was so kind. The NMP crew, I should say,
Mhm.
was so kind to let us use their studio that they had set up. So thank you
Oh,
to them. But they let us use their setup, and their main production guy is also named Matt.
oh,
So
perfect.
we sit down to record the conversation, we get done with it.
Mhm.
Matt, like, winds up his mic, looks over at me, and he's like, "That was terrible. You're a terrible interviewer." And I was just like, "You know what? I'm only as good as the guests that I have, so that's as much a reflection on you as it is on me." And then he just gets up and, like, walks away, right? So
Yeah.
production Matt comes over and he's like, "Everything good?" Like, "No, no, 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 don't
Yeah,
worry, like,
that's just
that's
it. That's
my."
just our
Yeah,
vibe.
yeah,
That's how we
yeah,
communicate. Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
that's how we tell each other that we love each other, is that we actually tell each other that we hate each other, so,
Yeah.
way to go,
Oh my
Matt.
gosh.
He's the immediate outgoing president for the NBA New Jersey. He served the longest term a president has ever served on their board. He is an exceptional person and an
Mhm.
exceptional leader and dynamic personality in this space. No one ever tell him that I had these kind things to say about him, because it will go straight to his head and we can't have that. So
We'll leave a
just let's
warning
keep.
where he needs to cut from this second to this second so then he doesn't hear it. So welcome back, Matt.
Perfect.
I'm glad that you could join us
And now
again.
you can listen to this part again. It really, like, I'm telling you, there were just some of the best people there. We had Bob Wexler, he was there. The new president of the NBA New Jersey, Gabe, was there. He did a fantastic job as well. And I really like I'll get back to the agenda in just a minute.
Okay.
The sessions that I was able to sit in on, they ran some concurrent sessions. They were so good, and the information really was so solid
Mhm.
that all I could think about the entire time that I sat there was, more people need to be here for this. More
Mm,
people need to hear these conversations happening in person. And we need to do a better job as an industry of coming back together to put our support behind these types of events. It's so
mhm.
easy to go and do the national events because they're massive, right? And
Right.
they feel almost like a better return on investment
Mhm.
because you're getting in front of so many faces and so many power players that it can make you feel that way. This event was smaller in size attendance wise, but weirdly, that actually lent to kind of the intimate nature of having
Mhm.
one-on-one conversations with people, and maybe people that normally you would have a hard time getting in front of, but because it was such a limited amount of people who were there, you got to be in the room with them. It
Yeah.
was, to me, a massive opportunity and a huge lost opportunity in my eyes for the people who didn't prioritize being there. And like I said, I I only booked this days before the event. And
Mhm.
again, shout out to the New Jersey NBA for making room for me to be there because I called them last minute and was like, "Yeah, okay, I'm coming." And they made space for me. So I appreciate that so much.
Mm.
It was kind of the cutest. My booth was next to their puppy booth, their kissing booth,
Oh,
where you could come over and like love on adoptable puppies that were just
are you
so
serious?
precious.
That's
It was such a
amazing.
cute concept,
I'm
such a cute
I'm gonna
concept.
need that at every conference, please and thank you from here on out.
Right? Right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
just an ingenious idea, and again, shout out to Heidi for making that happen. The way that she structured it and organized it, she made sure to have all of the adoption fees paid for, so they basically did this fundraiser so that you could come in and basically walk out with a free puppy, all the costs
Oh my
covered
gosh.
because of it. It was great. It was great.
Shout out to Heidi, man.
Um,
Thank you, Heidi.
one more time.
Oh, I said, "Shout out to Heidi, man. Thank you, Heidi."
I know, I'm telling you, I'm dedicating this entire podcast episode to her, and I'm not even done shouting out her praises yet.
Perfect.
There was also a panel with another dear buddy of mine, James Kleiman, who is just one of the most underrated and fascinating characters in the mortgage space.
Mhm,
Um, he he's someone that I've had the pleasure of getting to run into and have dinners with and just really get to connect with. And he has this brilliant mind for understanding the industry on a deeper level, but he also has this fascinating backstory. Like, I genuinely just love and adore being around him. And
mhm,
he moderated a paddle with Rick Rock and Jeff Julian. Jeff, I don't know, sorry, Jeff.
mm,
Hopefully we connect in the future. But Rick is another one of those people who is just a visionary in this space
yeah,
and is just a kind and incredible person that I instantly felt drawn to. And I know I'm not the only one because he makes himself so accessible, but
mhm,
same thing, he holds this level of genius that it's just so cool to take in and be around and absorb. And I just really, really appreciate his insights every time I get to be around him. I always walk away feeling like I'm walking away smarter because of it. And that
yeah,
is just phenomenal.
mhm,
They ended the shows with mastering communication with the women's committee. Laura Brando put this on and again had amazing women in there: Felicia Seedorf, Amanda Pad, Heidi again, Paula Hun, and they just knocked it out of the park. Like, talk
yeah,
about the way to end this conference. They did a phenomenal job with it. Shout out also to Megan Anderson with MBS
mhm,
Highway or Highway AI. She came in, she was the keynote on the first day. And that woman is, again, talk about a powerhouse in and of herself. She
mhm,
has just come into her own in this space. And she and I have connected about this before of how we are two women who are in this industry who initially were when people were introduced to us, they were introduced to us under the leadership of two
mhm,
key players, key male players in this space. And it can be
yes,
really hard to climb out of the shadow when you are brought in by someone so influential.
yes,
But the way that, again, she has climbed out and forged her own identity and holds her own in this space has just been such a cool thing to watch. And I'm so proud and so impressed with her. And again, just shout out to her. There was one final panel that I wanted to shout out, and my apologies if you were on a panel, like, for my other dear friend, Alan Middleman, who is everywhere that I am, I swear to you, like, he is a clock that just keeps winding.
Yeah.
Shout out to you too if you were there and making it happen and I didn't cover you. But they did a young professionals making an impact in the market. And this
Okay.
was a panel of the younger generation of people who have gotten involved in the MBA and in the industry and are really trying to just kind of bring back and ignite the young crowd in this
Yeah.
industry. And you know, for me, this is a huge topic that I am constantly brainstorming about
Yes.
and championing because I think we need to do a much better job at it.
Mhm.
On the appraisal panel that I sat in on, I asked the appraisers, "What are you all doing? You're aging out as an industry. What are you doing to make a difference in this?" Only one of them really had an answer, and I loved his answer. He was saying that in order to be an appraiser under their AMC, you
Mhm.
have to bring in one apprentice every time you renew your license, which is every 2 years.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, "That right there is a fantastic idea."
Yeah.
You really are then being a part of the solution and not just looking and seeing, "Hey, yes, there is a problem," and then
Mhm.
figuring that someone else is going to deal with it and figure it out. That is someone who saw a problem and is willing to put in the time to make a solution for it. So,
Yeah.
kudos to him. I wanna say his name was Rob, if I remember correctly, but kudos to him for actually having an answer for that.
Yes.
So, as an industry, again, like I said, advocacy and Heidi being the 2 themes around today's podcast.
Yes.
I really mean it when I say we need to do better as an industry to figure out how we are going to bring more young people into this. And
Mhm.
it's something that I want to hear about people from if they have ideas, because I have my own ideas of what we're going to do at Max Class,
Mhm.
of how we plan to go after and target a younger demographic to show them how incredible and life-changing this industry can be. I
Yeah.
actually just teamed up with the amazing people at Redder. Shout out to Scott Hudspeth, who just again, one of the coolest people out there. I had to warn my other BFF Steven that Scott was going to take his place if he wasn't careful because Scott is just he is doing his share and like 3/4 of the industry share of
Mhm.
trying to reinvigorate and bring a bigger voice to this industry and really advocate for making people better.
Yeah.
And I'm so proud to be a part of it, and I will do everything that I can to continue to lend my voice behind him and
Mhm.
behind he set up a new coaching community that has a
Oh,
really great, really accessible concept and price point behind it. So please go check out mlolive.com. And he so kindly invited me to be an expert contributor to their
yeah.
community, and I'm so, so grateful to him for that. But I agreed to do it with them because I really do believe in him and, of course, Steven and the
Of
good
course.
people at Redder so much that I love what they're building. In saying that, of course, you know that, like, I love my other data friends too. Jake, if you're hearing this, I love you just as much, I promise I do, but I really love what they're building, and I'm so proud to be a part of it and behind it, and it really is advocacy in action, which is
Mhm.
exactly what I feel like the MBA stands for, is that call to action, is that advocacy behind the industry and really being the voice of the industry and pushing things where they matter,
Mhm.
which is why I want to parlay this into what the remainder of June will look like for Max Combos and Take It to the Max. I am a huge advocate for the LGBTQIA community. Always have been. It is an area that is so near and dear to my heart. Um, this is a community that needs our support, that needs champions, that
Mhm.
needs people who see them and people who hear what they go through and what struggles and what hurdles they've had to overcome just to even
Yeah.
take up space.
Yeah.
And I think right now we are in a divisive landscape that
Yeah.
really just seems to want to pit strong opinions against each other. I
Mhm.
don't I don't make this ever about politics. I don't like to. I don't
Right.
think that's my place. I'm not a political expert and I'm not a political pundit and I don't ever want
Yeah.
to be. But I am able to see things for what they are. And I
Mhm.
am able to call them out. And I have a platform that allows for me to lend my voice behind them. And this is a group and a cause that I will forever lend my voice to because I believe in it so much. And
Mhm.
I am so moved by the people who I'm close to in the community that I want to do everything that I can to let them know that we see them, that we respect them, that they are our friends, that they are our colleagues, that they are people that we revere and admire, and that
Mhm.
we can say, like, just because your journey and your path looks different than mine, it doesn't mean that you deserve less.
Right.
If anything, I want you to have every possible opportunity opened up to you that maybe was held back from you. Let's create and rally behind those voices. So,
Yes.
I'm going to have some really, really amazing people on later on this month who are part of the community or champions of the community, true advocates in all their glory. So I want to put that out there and I hope that the message and the tone resonates with people and that they hear my intention behind it. So
Mhm.
there's that. There's that component of, again, advocacy and action. It's one thing to say it, it's one thing to hold it close to your chest, it's another to want to share it with the world.
Yes.
And when something is so important to you, much like so much of what we see within this industry that we know is the right thing to do, we got to
Mhm.
lend our voice behind it. So
Yes.
that's coming up. That's coming up. Lastly, again, just because I'm going to revisit this and always give credit where credit is due.
Mhm.
Heidi Belnay, girl, you knocked it out of the park with this event. I know that there are other people on the New Jersey NBA board. Y'all, I'm sure did your part. I'm sure you did great. Heidi came in and she kicked ass for you.
Mhm.
So let's just sing her praises where we can because she is going to be someone that I think everyone will be better for knowing and connecting with her. Level of authenticity was just something that I was so drawn to and
Yeah.
compelled by, and it was just this fun instant connection,
Yeah.
and nothing makes me happier than women supporting women and really putting the intention behind singing their praises and letting other women know and men know that we are dynamos in this industry, and
Mhm.
again have been. Because we're not the majority of this industry, it's easy for our voices to get lost. It's easy for us to get overshadowed.
Right.
And I want to highlight the badass women out there who are making it happen. Liz Short, I feel so I'm y'all, if this is your first time coming into this podcast and you're like, wow, LaDonna swears a lot. I don't usually, not when I'm recording in my real life, I kinda do, but
A little
I
bit.
think I'm just that tired, and I'm also just kinda like, "Whatever, here we are, we're making it happen," right?
I was gonna say
Liz.
passionate.
Yeah,
Just so
there you
fired up.
go.
Yeah.
Yes, fired up, passionate, and also really tired. All are lending a component to this, but Liz Short, her whole mantra is "Get shit done." And she hands out stickers with it on it. Again,
Yes.
I that is the that to me is kind of the revolution that I'm feeling within the women in the mortgage industry of
Mhm.
we are here to get shit done, and we are going to do it. Kinda stay out of the way, let us do our thing because we will make you
Yeah.
better for it. So, that is exactly how I felt with Heidi. She came in and wanted to make this event a phenomenal success. Mission
Mhm.
accomplished, my girl. Like, you did it. So, anyway, there you go. That
There we go.
is LaDonna's tired ramblings of the past week. Um, I will mention quickly, I am headed to the gathering. I will be there only for like a day and a half. So I leave for there tomorrow. I can't wait to recap that event because I'm sure it's also just going to be phenomenal. And then I head
Mhm.
right to San Antonio for the Texas Mortgage Roundup, where we're also putting on an NMLS class. Speaking of another incredible woman, we have Gina Linktree who will be teaching the class there. She's been a guest many times here. She is brilliant, absolutely
Yes.
brilliant. Like, talk about another powerhouse that I can never stop singing her praises because she is so
Yeah.
phenomenal. But if you're in the San Antonio area, we would love to see you come out to this event. It's going to be great. I love San Antonio. The people there, I genuinely just fell in love with, and
Yeah.
I'm so grateful that we'll be back there. So come out, come see us there. Girl, did you want to say anything? Because I kind of just took this over. So
No, I was just enjoying the ride, and I hope everyone does too.
perfect. I hope
I
so
am
too. Again,
okay.
LaDonna's
Yes,
tired
I'm sure they
ramblings.
will. Hey, when you're ready to rock, when you're ready to go, I'm just here like, okay, yeah, let's do this.
Well, thank you. Thank you for being
You're
here. Thank you for
welcome.
being my co-host for this. Okay, girl. Well,
Absolutely.
you're amazing. Thank you to everyone for listening. If you liked this, if you want to go back, listen to past episodes, I'm telling you, I've had some really amazing people on here, and what we have in store coming up next is going to be really cool. So please continue to tune in. Throw some love and support behind the guests that I have on here. They love to hear it. They're here to be your voice in the industry as well. Let's make sure that we're all heard. So, thank you, girl. Thank you for taking it to the max with me. And until next time, I'm LaDonna Lockard.
I'm Cerryia Lindbergh. Goodbye.